What's going on, everybody? It's Tuesday night. That means it's your favorite nerd show. It's the Nerd On Update, where we talk about the nerdy news and answer the questions from the people. See, look, I can fucking say any type of stupid, like, real spiel, but that's not
And
what
it
we're
makes
for.
Corey laugh.
They come here for the mess ups. They come here for the goofs. They come here for
the
the
spoofs.
the unscripted, off-script, non-booked. I'm not booked and busy. I'm jacked and juicy. You know what I'm saying?
Totes.
No,
That's happening.
Hello,
Totes.
everybody. What's going on? It's the news show. We got some hosts today. Hostess with the mostest, holding the avocado toasts.
Eating
and,
a hostess.
Yeah.
But I ate my eating a hostess where?
I haven't.
Yeah.
I've been thinking
Amy,
about
is
trying
there
a
Topo
Twinkie
Chico?
again. I haven't had a Twinkie in like a
Trying?
lot of years. Not trying, but like, do you know how you have something that and you go, you know what, that didn't age well, like, or doesn't hold up, like KFC. KFC doesn't hold up for me. I have it, and I'm
Doesn't
like,
anymore.
like it
Yeah.
used
It's got a
to.
weird-
No, something changed. Something
Yeah,
changed.
something
there.
changed, and like I'm wondering. I used to when I was a kid, like I loved Twinkies. Obviously, I was a big kid. I was a big boy. I liked Twinkies. I wonder if they're still as good. If I would still like them.
You
I
know
don't
what holds up? Blueberry Pop Tarts.
Oh damn! I think
They
Pop Tarts
do.
hold up.
I'm with that. They do.
They do.
Are you not a big boy now?
Well, like
You're a man.
Like-
You're an adult man.
No.
like
yeah,
that's a
I get what
big
he's saying.
boy. Like that's a round boy. That's a
Oh.
round.
I call
boy.
myself Mr. Dummy Thick Father every day.
That's
so,
a thick.
That's what I call
Thick
Tom
father.
too.
You know what I'm saying?
Thick
You
father?
got-
Thor,
gotta-
thick
you gotta-
father.
Yeah. Fatherly thickness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here is fatherly thickness, yea, verily.
In
Yes.
health and thickness. We
In thickness
praise
and in
thee.
wealth is what it is. Tom.
There it is. There it is.
Forsaking all
See, as an
others.
unmarried person, how would I know? But yeah, what's up, everybody? We got some news. You got some questions. We encourage everyone in the chat. Hello, we love you. Stay hydrated during this show.
Please.
Keep it light. No hate here, but also ask us questions about the week, about the nerdy stuff, about things that you're interested in. Ask us if we even know what that means. Ask us if we didn't take a 30-minute nap before we got on today.
I did. I don't nap.
You did too? It wasn't just me. Yes, I feel so.
I was
seen.
like, I went to Bonnie and I was
God.
like, I think I need to. I think I'm gonna nap, and I don't nap.
I love naps.
She was
I
like,
didn't get one.
"Whoa,
Nap.
yeah, go
Look,
do
see?
it."
Nap is
Mhm.
life. Nap is life.
See,
And I
we are
actually
big
fell
boys and
asleep.
big girls here. We
We're
take
big
naps.
humans.
We do it ourselves. No one has to tuck us
Normalize
in.
napping.
That would be nice.
Yes,
Normalize
please.
napping.
Regardless of if you have children or not, normalize the nap.
Yeah. Well, we don't go straight into the news, everyone. We give you a little bit of the inside access,
Just
the
the tip.
scoop.
I mean,
How we doing? Amy.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in the update in a while. How you been?
Willkommen,
Well-
bienvenue, welcome.
It's more like
C'est
I haven't
vrai?
seen you.
Yeah, I like that call out though. That was so good. Thank you, Corey. I really
You
appreciate
got
it.
it.
I was deathly ill last week. Not
No.
the big C, thank God. Yeah, cows, camels.
yeah.
There's a lot of
obviously.
C's that we don't like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Definitely.
totally.
especially Corey.
Corey.
The
There
seven
it is.
C's.
I left it alone. I let y'all walk into it as leisurely as you decided.
Y'all wish you came down with a case of Corey's.
Oh,
Damn, did you get that new strain of Corey?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Gave me
Yeah,
the
I'm sick as
runs.
fuck now.
Give me the run.
as
Nah,
fuck.
no, that's messed up.
I couldn't taste for
no.
a week.
It was so difficult. I lost my voice. But no, seriously, I think I had like the flu or something, but it knocked me out. To the point where I couldn't even like look at I work from home and I couldn't even like look at my screen for more than like a few minutes and my eyes were like
no.
blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I'm doing better. You can hear me now. If my voice breaks, cracks, or does any of those
Deal with
delightful
it.
puberty things, no, I'd be like, make fun of me because it makes me entertained too. And I'm like, yes, you guys are so great.
You'll start thinking about body parts differently. Hair will grow in
Yep.
funny places.
Game over, man.
Exactly.
Game over.
Knowing that you're growing, changing,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and you're perfect just the way you are.
yeah.
Might have to use some deodorant here and there.
Who's not? Well, that's
You've got
conforce. We
hair
don't
in
talk about
places
the
you
people that
expected. You've got hair in places you didn't know
didn't
existed.
expect.
Yeah.
So you were sick,
Mhm.
but now you're in better health now.
Yes, I am fully
Anything
capable.
anything fun-filled and exciting last week, or in the last that you want to share?
I had
Outside of your news.
outside of my news. I mean, you guys talked about all the Marvel, Marvel MTG. I, I, I follow that. I got me some cards, but I'm
Fe-
we, yeah.
Hmm?
A
Mm-hmm.
fellow spell slinger here. A
I got a
kind of another cardboard crack addict.
Oh yeah.
yeah. That's it. You know what? If we're ever gonna have something like that, it's cardboard therapy. Y'all might need to get in on that, and we have a breakdown of the deck, why you built it, and how are you financially recovering from this.
It's like
Corey, I'm
we'll
looking at
call it
you.
a CBA, Cardboard Anonymous.
Oh,
Um,
not me over here selling off a bunch of bulk to buy revised duels. No.
Seriously?
No. Yeah.
My dude.
That's the way to go. That's the way to go. Don't walk
But
them off
how
that.
much?
That's
But
what you
how
do.
much bulk? I
Like,
mean,
well, I have those 4
Like
row
a
boxes.
lot of these guys.
4 row boxes. I have
lot of
7
these
of I have 7
you
4
have
row
7 big
boxes.
boys.
Yeah. I've been playing since I was
Yeah.
15. Like it's time.
You've
Time to
got
let it go and get some make
just
some room. We don't have a garage anymore. Like, here we go.
what you have
See-
is what you have. You just have to
And you-
like
just do it.
just
Just
do
do
it.
it.
And
It's
Don't
like when you
decks.
go to a store and you're
I'm
like,
good.
"Hey, do you have any in the back?" No. What
Is
is
it
on the
damaged?
shelf is
Yep,
is-
perfect.
It's that's
See,
what I have.
but the way I got around it with mine is I bought a whole bunch of those. It might be pharmacy cabinets. It's as close as it possibly can get to like a library card catalog.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so everybody's in these nice little boxes.
Oh my
And
then they
god.
I'm that girl.
I have
Yeah,
too
and
much
it's
of
That's
that.
I'm drinking
adorable.
yeah, it's precious. It's precious.
No,
so
I
decks have
love that. As somebody who likes aesthetic with like, because I don't have a lot of space in our old home, so it's like if you're gonna have something in our house, it's like it has to have form and function, and like
Mhm.
having something that looks nice and it just happens to serve the purpose of holding cards. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Now
They
it's form
usually
and
do
fashion.
about 200. They're 250 if they're sleeves. I get about 350, 325 if they're not. But it's like nice wood, and
Yeah,
then
you
they
said
have their
wood.
little
I'm sorry.
wood. But yeah, so that's the other thing that I do because cardboard, we like it. It's good.
We do like
The
it.
crack. Corey, you were talking a little bit about it. What's been good with you? What's been up the last week?
Oh man, the kid was sick. We had our first ever round of antibiotics.
Wow,
First
bubblegum.
time. Bubblegum.
Yeah, let's go.
She was kind of into it. I mixed it in with a teaspoon of icing and told her it was icing, and then she was like,
one of
"This
those
is the
pill
best
pods for dogs.
4 days
Like
ever." Yeah, essentially. Yeah, that's what it was. No, she had like, we thought it was whooping cough. It was not, thank goodness. Even though she's got all her shots and all that kind of stuff, just can happen. So it was not, but she had 2 ear infections that were forming. So we got on the antibiotics, and within like 5 days, we're all clear, all free and clear. Finally got some sleep. I think there was like 5 or 6 nights where I was going off 2 to 3 hours, maybe
Oh man.
tops. So the day we were done with antibiotics, I looked at my wife and I said, "I'm taking a sleeping pill tonight. Can you
Hell
please get her
yeah.
in the morning?" And she was like,
Mhm.
"I can." And so I slept for 12 hours.
I am
some
self-medicating,
Unisum.
just BT dub.
Yeah. I was like, I'm like putting myself in a sleeper hold at 8 p.m. tonight and sleeping as long as I can.
Get it.
So that was wonderful. And then I've just been like working on a few things for Nerd On as far as some behind the scenes edits go and stuff like that. I just finished one that's going up tomorrow. New Cardboard Champs is up tomorrow. If you're on the Patreon, you can check it out right now.
Do it.
Use
and
those
then,
benefits. Get it.
Following in Tom's footsteps, I'm doing a little deck tech video that should be done shortly. That I'm
Corey,
very excited about.
didn't you see that weird thing when you uploaded it? It's like, how much do you want to pay? How much do you want to price it out for people who aren't patrons? I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah.
So if you're not a patron on Patreon and you're just like browsing through someone else's thing, you could be like, oh, I want to access that podcast or access that video. You could like
You can pay per
on
post.
the creator side, we could be like, cool, it's $4. And it's like you don't have to be a patron, but you paid us for the thing. And it's like, I wonder. Obviously, I think they're trying to compete with probably OnlyFans or something like that to be
Mm.
like, Oh, so
Next
put some
time
like
on
nice
Nerd On.
exclusives.
No, just kidding.
Only foils here.
I mean, if we're doing that, I have foils in my hand, so we can just start right
We
in.
can go. We can go right now.
Oh, I'm over here taking my
bef-
shirt off. I misread the situation.
That's fine. No feet. No feet.
No feet, no
No
feet.
feet. But
no
everything
feet.
else.
Other than that, on my downtime, I just finished building a deck, and I'm putting together a deck I'm very excited to play. I just put together Storm, but I'm putting together a Mr. House
Really?
President CEO deck, and it's every single card I could find that you roll dice for. So I
Are you getting in those
Make-
uns?
I thought it was a Fallout
No.
New Vegas reference. I was like, oh
It
yeah, they
is.
did do
It
some
is.
Fallout. Oh, okay.
It is. It's Mr. House President
Hey.
CEO.
I thought it was like the
He-
house,
he's-
like the house, like just at a
I
casino.
mean, I
know that
called
it
the
is,
deck
but-
Mr. House always wins. And his whole thing is if you roll d6s, but of course I put everything in there that says if you roll d20s, so my odds of winning are very high. And as a gift, a friend of mine bought me a set of casino dice, 4 set of the
Nice.
red casino dice too.
Oh yeah, those are nice. Those are
Yeah,
nice.
I think it's nice little
Those
aesthetic.
are- that's a little- yeah. You gotta watch that professor episode.
I will.
Where he played. It's good. It's funny. It's very
I'm
funny.
essentially I'm hoarding all of the pieces for that deck because my wife and I are expecting a child any day. She's technically, let me share this. She's technically in early labor, which can last
For a long
weeks.
time.
Yeah, but could be any day. So I'm kind of just like that's going to be my activity for the
Amy,
first.
you don't know anything about that, right?
Nothing,
No,
nothing at all.
no. But
So
I'm not
yeah,
just,
very
you know,
very that
getting
I'm
close
I'm
with
s- yeah nothing. I'm saving all the pieces for that. So when I'm doing dad night shifts, that's when I'm going to be putting together and play testing. So yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Before I jump to Josh and me, first of all, congrats, T-Dog, on your kickball team, undefeated
Hell
season,
yeah.
2 seasons in a row.
Hey.
I don't have my chat up. Thank you for reminding me.
That's your fault. And Lapis,
is?
thank you for
It is.
He said, I don't have my,
Tom, you didn't put my chat up.
Too bad.
Reach through the
I
screen.
take
Make it
responsibility for
so.
my actions.
Not even my own.
What?
But I'll definitely be first in line to help with the hate
Sounds like
train.
a narcissist.
Um,
We saw that together.
we did. Josh, how about you, man? What's been going on with you?
What has been
Emotional
going on with
damage.
me? The strike. There was a picket last week. Been still making videos for Game Performance Matters, so we made a new video that posted last week, so go check it out at Game Performance Matters. Main things are like Instagram and TikTok. That's where we post. We post everywhere, but those are the main ones. I finished that catio that I was working on, so
Hell
I
yeah.
love seeing the catio update.
it's
We
huge.
get
It's the
to
biggest
talk-
thing I've
we
ever
get to-
built.
We get to talk soon about catios over here, Josh.
Yeah,
we gotta
I
have a
dig that.
chat.
I dig
It's
it.
a catty-atio.
They wanted to do the trim themselves, so I have to wait to take pictures. But otherwise, yeah, that's done. What else?
Josh, here we'll do a live pitch. We'll do a live pitch here, Josh.
Okay.
Here's what tell me if this is a possibility. You had something that I thought was very cool at your house, which was like basically a dog house attached to a door that led outside that was accessible with a litter box in it.
Yeah.
We want to do something like that from this office door.
Aw.
Just an enclosed outdoor litter box.
Yeah,
Very
that's easy.
simple.
Yeah.
Very straightforward. We'll talk.
So it's easy.
That's my pitch.
Yeah.
I
Sweet
love
sharks.
this.
I'm asking for 10%.
Yeah.
I can only offer you a pinchy McSting butt.
I'll
There
take it.
is. There it
Excellent.
is.
Or you guys just do a trade and then shoot a thing for the business.
Yeah.
Anyways,
There you go.
Nerd On had a meeting. That was, I mean, hell yeah, planning some stuff.
Stuff and things and things and
Oh
stuff.
yeah. What? Bonnie and I's wedding anniversary was last week on Friday.
Oh, you forgot that?
I didn't forget it. It's
You
just like
got
when you've
it.
been together with somebody for like we've been together for 14 years. It's like it's just life. This is
Congratulations.
life. This
Catching
is
up
like
with you, bud. I'm
forget you.
catching up.
it's.
I would never forget our anniversary.
Wow. Yeah. You see what he did there? You see what happened there? So hey, if you need a pointer, Nothing Bundt Cakes, their cakes are so
Choice.
good.
Pies, cakes, and
Not
pies.
even they're like they do like these little buntlets they're called, but they also have like full size cakes, and they are so good. It's
That's a
dumb.
precious word. That is a precious
Moist.
word.
They are moist for days. Like
They might
Josh's
just be the
favorite
age up
word.
of your Twinkie affection. It could just be the bunt.
We're fine. We're connecting.
Josh had a deep fried Twinkie at a fair once. That
how
was
does
unreal.
tell me something? How does deep fried ice cream work?
So you take
What
the
is
ice
that?
cream, you really freeze it, you
Yeah.
wrap it usually in either, and it depends, but most of the time it's just squished down white bread, and then it's been wrapped, and then you put it back in the freezer for a little bit, and it's been wrapped in saran wrap. Then you take it out and you roll it in an egg wash, panko, and you drop it in a fryer really fast, and you pull it out.
And then
Yeah.
like when you bite into it, is it like practically
Cold.
not melted, but like pretty soft?
It's a little melty, but it's still ice cream in the center, depending on how quickly you eat it after it's fried.
I'm like genuinely curious because I've only ever heard of it. I've never had it, but I'm like, really? That's so weird. Because my brain goes, nah, that doesn't work. That's not real. That's not a thing.
No,
It
yeah,
works.
it works. And depending
works,
upon, like
dude.
Corey said, is how fast you eat it. It's either like super, super frozen in the middle, or it just like kind of gently gets a little bit softer, and then you just have ice cream.
Interesting. Curious. Interesting. What about you, Tom? How are you doing?
Curiouser and curious.
Man, I watched part 2 and part 3 of the DC animated Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Ooh,
And
baby.
yo, the second one is kind of an ass movie. Like
Really?
yeah, the first one was like, oh, all these things are happening, they're on War World, and you're like, this is cool, this is fine. I know it's a setup. And then they like end it with like the universe are at stake. I'm like, okay. And the second one's just like battle. I'm like, who gives a fuck? I have like no emotional context towards anything. And like
I
they
mean-
made this whole thing about like Will Friedle returns as Terry McGinnis and Batman
But it's
Beyond.
Will
And I'm like,
Friedle.
I was like, hell yeah, motherfucker
Yeah.
got 2 lines. I was like, dude, what the don't fucking sell me on this shit. Like, this is bullshit.
Only
And I was just
2?
watching it. Yeah, it sucked. And like, I was just like, that's like, this is not like, I remember the internet going crazy about that shit. I was like, don't do this, guys. You should be more like, hey, we're gonna touch on like, the last daughter of Krypton storytelling. I'm like, that's cool because it's about a Kara Zor-El story. I'm like, that's cool. And then the third one, it falls in line with how the the end of the Crisis in Infinite Earths ends, and it links back to Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, and I'm like, this is cool. Like they did a lot of good things in the part 1, a lot of good things in part 3. Part 2, I was just like, but why? You could have just made part 1 and part 2 just longer movies, and then just did away with this, because like the second one just kind of doesn't offer any plot. It's just like battle. Oh my god, everyone's mad at each other. I'm like, oh, who cares? Anyways, what else did I do? Saturday, Sunday, I broke some routines. I went outside and like 7 dogs like straight up ran it to me and just started like asking for pets and scritches, and I was just like,
Straight up.
what is happening? Like,
Now tell
I
me.
was like walking, and then all of a sudden like someone walked with their dog, and you just, all right, you acknowledge them like, hello. It's just, you live in society. And then their dog just like kind of like went AWOL and just like came up and just went on top, and I was just like, I guess you want a pat. And then that happened 4 or 5 more times later in Burbank. I was just like, what's happening? Like,
The
and then
world
other
is
dogs would like
sending
go
you a
past,
sign.
like dogs would go past other people and then go to me. I was like, do I have peanut
No,
butter in
they
my pocket?
sense. They sense that you need the affection.
Maybe.
That is, they're
Answering
very
a little bit
intuitive
in the
creatures.
answering a little question in the chat. Has anyone seen the new DC Penguin series on Max? I'm intrigued to watch, but I'm scared to watch it. All the people online who are saying it's like Godfather, it's like Breaking Bad, have never watched Godfather or Breaking Bad. Don't listen to them. But it is a good show. Do you need to watch The Batman to like the show? You need to just know what happens at the second half of the show, or second half of the movie to understand, because it's like, where's Batman? And it's like, well, at the end of the Batman, Gotham was kind of destroyed. And no, other than that, it's good. It's just good performance pieces, I would say. Is the plot a little convoluted? Maybe, but good drama, good characterization. There is like 1 or 2 good homages to The Godfather Part 1, that I would say. And I know a lot of people are going to be up Matt Reeves's butthole, but I think you guys should all remember Lauren LaFranc, and she is the the showrunner of the show. She should be getting all the flowers. Of course, it is within the world that Matt Reeves has helped create, but Lauren LaFranc is the reason why Penguin and Sofia Gigante will be household names on the HBO universe. And I think it's good. But anyways, enough of that. We've dilly dallied.
We've
very
dallied.
Very important. I
Mhm.
forgot about my news. I have continued. We've been continuing our binge rewatch of Lost, and we are now in season 6. And anybody who watches it or has watched it, have you seen how?
We gotta go back.
We gotta go back, Kate. Just if you watch it again, just pay attention to how many times Benjamin Linus spends with his face all fucked up. Like he gets beat up
Intentionally or
so much.
unintentionally?
We started taking note of it. We were like, "Wow, he is getting beat up again. He's getting punched in the face again."
Like willingly?
Just like because he gets he gets kidnapped. He gets himself. He's
Oh,
kind
I've
of
never seen Lost, so I have no context.
Oh no, you should see Lost.
You should see Lost.
Ah.
You should see Lost.
It's
I'll
okay.
probably see
Anyway.
Penguin before I see Lost.
That's fair.
Sorry.
No, that's good.
I might see The Godfather before then too, so I'm just being honest.
But will you see Sopranos?
I don't know. That's a good question, Tom. That's the hard-hitting question.
Just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. It's a good show. It's a good show. It's just a quick sell. It's not a gangster. It's a gangster story, but it opens with Tony in therapy. Tony
Oh.
Soprano in therapy, and that's literally the runner for the first 3 seasons of I'm a guy in Jersey, and I doing therapy, and these guys can't take me seriously if I'm trying to be the head of the organization. And
Because
then,
you're working on yourself. Nobody can
yes,
take you
well, he's working on
seriously.
himself, but he's just like these guys don't know how to do it. And by the time season 5, little baby spoiler, everyone's like, nah, whatever. It's good. It's good. But anyways, some news. Some news, right?
News?
Noose.
Who's news?
Who would like to share their news first?
Who's
I'll
news?
go
Blues news.
because mine isn't. I mean, it's more so a discussion point because it's continuing the strike conversation that I've been having. But I mean, it's kind of news actually. Josh, shut up. The Game Awards had their nominees announced over the past few days, and which is fun. You should check it out. Check out all the nominees. But one thing that I kind of wanted to draw focus to is that the Game Awards has a category called Best Performance. It's awarded to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and or performance capture. The big thing to keep in mind is the rest of the industry recognizes that performance capture and motion capture is performance.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
100%.
So should the bargaining partners, and that's what we're asking for in this strike, is for people to recognize that performance capture artists, they are performers, and it's not just reference data. That's what in their heads that they think is it's just data. So Exhibit A. There's a lot of the industry that thinks this is BS. We should be what we're asking for in this strike is yeah, it's doable. It's doable. Anyway, that's it. That's all my news and scene.
I'm gonna add on that.
Why
news
would
real
we
quick.
pay artists if computers can do it?
I mean, if you want to hate EA more, you should hear some of the things that the CEO has been saying. Like they've been saying like AI is the cornerstone of their business. They don't see
I'm sorry,
themselves they don't see themselves as a game company. They're a tech company. So
But they were called EA
McDo-
Games for so long.
Aren't
in
they
the game.
still called E? Yeah.
That's why a lot of people rightfully clown on them. Sorry, I
No, it's
ruined
true.
all my future business with them. But I will say
Yeah, all that
the Game
sweet
Awards,
EA business.
Mhm.
the Game Awards is also a little interesting. I'm just gonna say real quick, there are categories like Content Creator of the Year,
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
best adaptation, and I'm like, I guess if you're going to be about games, you should talk about the TV and films, which is just like I was like, oh, that's interesting.
I've just never
Which
been.
I
Sorry, you go ahead.
was like, which is there has been a conversation about um like why certain awards shows are this, Grammys are that. Game Awards always tends to have really good viewership. But also Game Awards, I think, because like most of these shows are hosted by firms.
Hmm.
Because I forget the exact firm. It was really public because of the whole La La Land Moonlight spectacle. And it was something Waterhouse. Something Waterhouse was the firm, and they're the people who like make sure the envelopes go to the right people and the program gets all proper. But like there's like categories like studio game direction, which is like Atlas, Sony Interactive, or Sega, or From Software. And I'm like, is it because their game is also nominated for Game of the Year, or is it like it's interesting? It's kind of like, well, Disney gets the Oscar for best studio of the. It's like, what is this for?
Studio of
What
the
is-
year.
Exactly. That's what I was like. What is this for? Like, who are these people? Like,
I'm
I
such
don't
a
know, but
curmudgeon when it comes to like award shows. Like even the ones that are like super respected, like Tonys and Oscars or whatever. I'm just like, I'm such a curmudgeon about them, and I just don't. I'm like, good for you, man. Like, but it's like there are some awards within the industry that you just self-nominate yourself, and it's like, I mean, good for you, man. Somebody
You
else,
did it.
you did it.
Look, you did it.
Somebody
You
else
paid money.
validated you spent $500 to nominate. I mean, that's great. Good for you. And it's like it's a claim. It is, but it's kind of like I don't know.
I could do
I'm
that
just such a
too.
curmudgeon about it. Like because like when you find out that it's really just a money game, you're like, it's like the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It's like, yay, but not really. Not really. People pay to get their stars on. It's not like somebody
Yeah.
went, I think that this guy should have a star. Nope. No, sir.
Oh,
I mean,
you
there's a
shattered my
whole-
belief.
I'm
I thought
sorry.
it was
like-
like that.
No, I'm sorry.
I was like, there's a whole
Dang
huge
it.
conversation about meritocracy and value, but
Anyway, sorry.
how many categories are in the Game Awards? At least 15. I could tell you that
At
right now.
least?
And some of those include best community, which I'm like, that's crazy. So okay, if Josh is done with that, who's next for news?
Corey says no. You're good to go.
No.
You're
No,
ready.
Amy.
You're ready. You're ready. You're
I
ready.
had no news tonight.
Oh, that's right.
I'm
Okay,
just
then
gonna
it's
hang
me.
out.
I'm just gonna bombard things. So hold on, because I have props to go to my.
I
news
have
table.
news, so
There are
you don't-
29
make sure you give-
categories.
Give yourself a good time.
Oh, do you want news? Do you want to go next time? Like,
No, you do your news, but again, make sure that I can do mine and we have questions.
there'll always be. Oh my gosh. All right, people. So literally, this book is not the oldest one that I have in my collection, but this book is 20 years old. This printing. Wicked, the original book came out in 1996. It's 28 years old. The musical came out in 2004, 2005. And a whole 20 years later, no joke, we get a film adaptation. And I had the wonderful opportunity to go see it last night. John M. Chu, because he puts the M in there for a reason, directed. It's got Cynthia Erivo. It's got Jonathan Bailey, Ariana Grande, Ethan Slater, amazing Michelle Yeoh, and who am I missing? Oh, Jeff Goldblum. It is
A Brundle
awesome.
himself.
Yes, the man, the myth, the legend. I am trying not to be spoiler. I'm very excited about it. I had the opportunity to see the original touring cast when I was in high school when they came to the Pantages. Wait, was it the Orpheum or the Pantages? It was somewhere in West Hollywood. You guys know better than me. I was down there for a little bit. And then I saw the touring cast again this last year up here north of you guys in Sacramento. And I had the great opportunity to bring someone who had no idea 100% what the musical was about, what the movie was about. Nothing.
I didn't go with you. What are you talking about?
Tom. Yes. But it was an outing for the Filmosophers because I intern with them, and it was fantastic. And I'm so excited. The costuming is absolutely breathtaking. The practical sets are wonderful. It's oh my gosh, I'm so excited for people to experience this universe that I have fallen in love with, and it's a lot easier to kind of um, put yourself into and understand because it's this world's been around since the 1900s, but it's consistently been evolving like for forever. I could blab really bad. Also, shout out to Lapis belting "No Good Deed" because that's a great song.
I
uh, yes,
I was just gonna say, I mean, not to correct, but it was 2003, and the only reason why I know that is because I
tell
was
me.
in high school at the time, and
Yo,
musical theater
y-
was a big focus for me.
was
And
it?
Wicked was like when I went to college in 2004, and I was taking like musical theater classes. Like, I am, I happen to know the writer of Bat Boy the musical, and we were
Yeah.
talking about that age in musicals, and it's like I personally think that Wicked changed the industry in terms of even just from a vocalist standpoint. Like, it broke a barrier. Like, it broke,
Mm.
like they started, he was talking about from that side, like writing musicals. He's like, yeah, people started putting in higher notes. Like,
Because of Nadim Nizel.
yeah,
Yes.
it's just like that. It's very
Good job,
interesting
John
to just
Travolta.
see. That age in musicals, like especially 2003. We also got Avenue Q that year, which
Yes,
is
we
like, oh
did.
my
And then they
gosh,
went on to, Frozen.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
So
And
yeah, it's
Witches
such a
were my
beautiful. I've only been able to see it once, like I
Don't
think
forget we got Shrek the musical too.
yeah.
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
That's good. No,
It's
but
Um,
very
I
good.
see what you're saying in regards to that too. I mean, with the we'll get some musical talk right quick. I will
Hold on,
try.
hold
I
on,
will
hold
try
on,
to be
hold
short.
on, hold on. You guys are talking about 2004, and we're not talking about the cinematic masterpiece, which is Pokemon Forever.
we're not talking. We're talking about Broadway.
2005.
We're talking about Broadway
From
and Next to
2005. I'm sorry.
Normal. Oh,
That was
reprint.
that was that was
Yes, Next to
the
Normal.
return of Mewtwo.
Yeah, we got the Rent movie in 2005. Don't forget.
Well, and see, even then we had like Adina when she was in Rent originally and then moving into this and seeing the vocal stretch on that and then how many iterations changed. And this is like you're right, Josh. It literally was something that was like, do you know what? How do you feel about belting? How do you feel about
Yeah,
belting in the
exactly. I was
first
gonna
act?
change it. Changed everybody, even males. Like the focus on learning to belt. Like, I don't want to say early, but being able to belt high and for a long
Mm,
time and having some vocal flexibility. I'll say. I think that really it changed what people wanted to do. They were like that. I want to be able to
mhm.
do that, and it's yeah, not always for the
The voc-
good, but
no, I mean,
but it's really interesting because it's such a catchy musical. It's
and the best part about this book is it has, and mind you, I've read this thing so many times, but it has the original like
the pages are stuck
it's
together. I'm
got
sorry, just kidding.
no, they're literally like falling out. Like
There it is. Yeah,
and I'm not mean to books. So I'm like, wait, babies, stay in, we'll bind you later.
I'm imagining
But
you
like,
going, "Stop it!
stop it right now.
Stop it! I
Stop
beat
it.
my books."
No, I don't. Um, but also even like Steven Schwartz, who wrote the music for it and lyrics, um,
Mm-hmm.
as animated cinema fade, Prince of freaking Egypt. Like, come on with yourself. It is moving, and some of those music, especially for flexibility, when you talked about, um, I'm not that girl with the drop. Like, it's normal range and then it just drops suddenly. And Cynthia Erivo, like I love Cynthia Erivo. She's absolutely stunning. And her nomination for Color Purple, like sorry, I'm a musical nerd, chat. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry, Corey.
I'm not sorry.
I was in a specialized musical theater school in high school, so you don't have to apologize to me.
Thank God. I
There's,
feel
I mean,
slightly normal.
the
It's just Tom
2000s
I'm
were such
I'm
an
setting.
interesting time.
I was the
of-
Mikado, and don't get me
Sorry.
wrong.
Sorry, I got really excited.
You're good.
It's the same feeling I have with Ghostbusters. It's really cool when it does well, doesn't change my life at all. When it doesn't do well, doesn't change my life at all.
Good
Tom
to
liked
know.
In the Heights.
I like things.
Can someone quote Tom on that? Can we put that on your
like
tombstone, Tom?
things.
I
Can we
like
put that
Tom,
and pepperoni
2024.
on your tombstone?
I like
Somebody
things.
clip it.
Tom. Tom for president. I like
Yeah.
things.
What would you like on your tombstone? Pepperoni. Sorry.
I forgot about that one. That was a good one.
Never forget.
It's just there's
Yeah,
some good
so-
musicals that come out in that era, and in that era, I'm just looking at the things that came out
Rent
that are
is just
so.
for me. Is just I cry when I
Mm.
try to sing Rent. I don't know. It hit me. That was
So-
my
Goofy
wicked,
movie
I
hit
guess.
me.
I'll cover you. That reprise for I'll cover you kicks
Dude,
me
it's
in
it's
the
not even
every
not even
time.
those. So like I tried to sing Tango Morning because I wanted to be. It was gonna be Mark in a production and it got canceled. And
But Maureen cheated.
I know, fucking cheated. And I cry trying to sing that song. Like I don't. It's just one of those where you have an emotional attachment to something, and like I want to sing those songs, and I just in a happy cry. Like I just get very like emotional singing Rent. So I'm with you. I get you.
I
Go ahead,
love
Tom.
it.
Musical
Yeah, I
theater
got-
all day.
Musical theater all day. I literally got to watch somebody who is usually adverse to musicals sit next to me, came in, didn't know anything about the musical, didn't really know anything, had seen a trailer. I didn't tell them anything. I watched them happy cry. I watched them emotional cry. I watched them laugh, be slightly annoyed, and then figure it all out through the entire thing. And I'm like, yes, babies. Yes, you're going to love musicals and it's going to be great.
You figured it out. You have
Yes, I did.
figured it out.
It's just one of those nice things.
I was like, when growing up, I was musicals were one of my things. Like it was just like one year I got like the entire Rodgers and Hammerstein, like all of their musicals, like in this like VHS VHS
Yes.
box set, and it was like I grew up on musicals. Like my favorite musicals are The Music Man and The Fantastics. Like it's like those are old, but I love
They're
them.
not. I mean, Music Man's older than the Fantastics.
They're old.
They're
He's a what?
they're
He's a what?
old.
He's a
They're
music
old
man.
enough.
I was
Oh.
Tommy Gillis in that as well.
I love it.
So good.
I love it.
Sorry. I didn't mean to
Anyway.
derail everybody, but Wicked. And I do understand for whomever was in the chat that I saw that was like, listen, I can't get past if it's not Adina and Kristen. It's okay. It is okay to try new things and give new opportunities, because if not, you
False.
wouldn't be watching
Fake
Victoria's.
When I saw it, it was the
Not true.
first touring cast. It wasn't either of them, and they were phenomenal.
I know. Oh my gosh. I
saw,
have my
what's her
signed
name?
poster,
Kendra.
Stephanie. Oh, you had Kendra.
Yes.
I had Stephanie J. Block.
Yeah, that's why I had his alphabet. Glenda was Kendra, something with a K. Anyway.
Yes.
And then Nessa Rose was, what's her name from Sabrina the Teenage
For the
Witch?
Teenage Witch.
Yeah,
Yes.
we saw the
Go-
same
you
cast.
said it. Yes.
Yeah, we saw the same
Yes.
cast.
I feel
Yeah, it was
I feel
great.
vindicated.
Yeah.
It's great.
They were phenomenal.
Right? Oh,
Yeah.
so good. Yeah. So definitely go, especially support like the costuming. This is so top notch.
I like Tom's supportive face.
I
Tom's,
will say,
hurry up, Amy.
Warner Brothers is like trying to make this into a fucking Barbie. So like,
Oh, it already
go
is.
if you want to
I'm
watch.
I'm sorry, for my birthday, I have no joke,
I'm not-
Wicked Stanley.
No,
You
yeah,
can go
Stanley.
support it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm just saying like I don't think it's going to need any of our help in terms of like they're pushing that shit to all of the awards season, and they should, because it is a huge production. And
Mhm.
if it doesn't get nominated for like some kind of, I mean, I feel like it should be great best picture, because pictures, it's a very producer award, and it's like the production needed for that. Like every Lord of the Rings movie should be best picture nominees, just because of how insane it is, whether or not the writing's good. But it's just like, this is insane.
Well, it's Lord of the Rings.
filming.
They are good.
They are fantastic. I mean, and also
Yeah.
producers on
Okay.
this are Mark Platt, Winnie, and I can't remember her last name. She wrote the book, and I'm missing somebody else. So like, we've got Broadway cast coming back in too. And yeah, I Easter egged this sucker to high heaven. There's homages to the 1939 Wizard of Oz. There's book homages. It's everything.
But
I'm gonna move on
Butts in it.
Okay,
What?
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm
Yes,
gonna
there's
cut it
no
off.
Norbert Leo Butts, and if he's there, I couldn't see him, so I'll have to go back and check.
Yeah, move on, Tom. Thank you.
All
This
right,
was
so
wonderful.
another movie.
Looks like we're
this is how
doing a
you do it,
musical
Amy.
episode, guys.
This is how you do it, Amy. Werewolf comes out tomorrow, or special screening tomorrow in LA. Stephen C. Miller is the director. Frank Grillo is the star, and it will have a release in December. I'm going to go watch it tomorrow
Good.
yeah.
with the cast and crew.
Why should we go watch it?
If you like werewolves,
What
but
kind of
also
werewolf?
it's
What's the turn
independent.
on this werewolf?
It's a
American
stu-
Werewolf?
it's a, I will say this: it's stupid sci-fi where a million years ago a supermoon turned half the population to werewolves. The supermoon is back. That's the movie.
I'm in.
I just have
secondly-
more questions. Sorry,
Nope.
keep going.
Go watch the trailer. Secondly, Arcane on Netflix out right now. Again, all the hype train is going crazy right now. Very interesting. I just want to talk about, the specifics of the release schedule that Netflix is playing out with. They're doing an act version where first 3 episodes, next 3 episodes, next 3 episodes, which is interesting because Netflix, as I think if everyone hasn't been paying attention, the writing is on the wall of how much Netflix is trying to become the next TV network in terms of like live programming and these kind of things.
Corey's
and
like, I have something. Or Josh's like, I have something.
Well,
to talk about.
we've talked about it ad nauseum a lot of just like how a lot of these streamers adopted like the ad-free space and how it like simultaneously destroyed the TV network at the same time because they wanted to shortcut things like paid ads and commercials where like doing that in entertainment was literally how the entertainment industry it works very parasitically to corporate structures because instead of having to cool how we're going to find 13 million to like get the cast for our $45 million movie, it's like just have Coca-Cola put all their products in our movies. Like that's how you do it. Like, and the people who were like, oh, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't be beholden to companies, like cool, now that's why shows get killed really quickly, that's why all your favorite shows getting canceled, that's why people can't make any money off of movies anymore, that's why studios have to do $300 million movies, or you get some like rank jank ass $15 million movie that no one ever watches but should be seen. And like here we are, we're in this bad disparity because no one knows how to do business anymore. Like there are people nowadays who like look at the like Linkin Park music video and are like, I don't even know how to shoot that. And you're like, because everyone sucks now. Like, I'm sorry. Like technology has kind of ruined like our sense of like craftsmanship. And like, so that being said, it's just important to look at how the big swingers are doing things. Things like Apple, things like Amazon are very interesting because they are tech companies that have nothing to do with entertainment, and the entertainment's just a tax write-off for them. But they will probably play games the same way that Netflix is, and Netflix just has so much of the market share that they are going to set the trend. But they're the ones that are also dying because they don't want to pay like proper industry rate stuff because they truly did start out as a tech company. They did not start out as an entertainment company. That moving on, we have questions.
Yeah, let's do it. Next part of the
I
show.
wanted to talk about Fantastic Four, but I'll save it for later.
Oh,
'Cause I
okay.
spoiled
Well, do your Fantastic Four. 2 sentences.
Okay. Fantastic Four First Steps. Synopsis out. Go read it. Tell me what you think.
That was fantastic, actually. That was well done.
I hear it's fantastic.
Boom.
There you go.
Next part of the show, we answer questions from you, the people, and I'm just going to skip to the end. nerdon.tv/Discord. Join that Discord. There are channels in there that you can submit your questions. And you can also can join us live on Twitch and YouTube now. We are dual streaming to YouTube now as well, if that is your preferred thing. And if you join the Nerd On Nation, powered by Patreon, nerdon.tv/Patreon, you help us keep the literal lights on, and you get your questions answered first. And you can ask questions like, B-Rad, given that DLCs apparently qualify for Game of the Year, what are some past DLCs that you think should have been nominated? Pretend that DLCs deserve to be nominated. They don't.
Whatever made Destiny a playable game. But sorry.
Wow. He's not wrong, but
or made it an actually a full game. But sorry.
Wow, shots fired.
I mean, they pretty much fucking stood right in front of the cannon, so it's like whatever. All you need to do is press a button. You need to really aim. DLCs that deserve to that would be nominated if DLCs should be nominated. Baldur's Gate 3, no more early access.
There's no DLC.
It was early access for a bajillion years, and it's the one thing I would like be like, but it's I'm kidding. I kid because it was like early access for like 3 years. But when it finally fully released, that's when everyone's like, "Oh my
I mean,
god, so good!" I'm like,
any of the Witcher DLCs, Witcher 3 DLCs should have been nominated when they came out.
that's the thing I will say. I never played the Witcher games when they were coming out. I played it when it was fully out. So like every time you bought it, it had all the DLCs preloaded. So I was like, I don't know what was DLC and what wasn't. So I would attest only because I don't know.
Oh my god, I didn't know what he was
They
talking
were
about.
fully formed deal, like felt like, and it was free. It was all free. It's all free DLC. They didn't charge you a fucking dime. They were just like, here's more stuff for playing our game.
It's
Congratulations.
thank you. Yeah, it's a
You went,
thank you for just
what? And they're
loving
like,
on
just,
our
you know,
franchise.
like hours more gameplay and a bunch more stuff. And we got like 4 or 5 of them. It was fantastic. Anyway,
I was just gonna
Sorry.
say because I didn't know what he was talking about in terms of like apparently they can be because I was gonna say Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, and then I saw that it was nominated for Game of the Year, and I'm like, what?
That's
no, I didn't. I didn't know that.
What?
So I was like, what?
Yeah.
But it is. I mean, it is a really good DLC. I mean, it is. It's huge. It's amazing. But anyway, I mean, Fallout New Vegas has some really good ones. Dead Money is pretty dope.
It's a good answer.
There's a lot of good DLCs in there. So, yeah.
I would say my answer is Civ 5
Okay.
when they introduced gods and something. I forget the exact DLC, but it's when they introduced religion into the game structure. So you can play the game, it's currency, culture, war, nuclear powers, whatever. But then they started include I hate the DLC, but it's very good to include it. Because at a certain point
You know
when
what
you're
DLC should be nominated for award? Actually, I hate this DLC, but let me tell you about it. It's Civ.
It's good, but I hated
What a pitch.
dealing with the mechanic. It's a very good mechanic because it just makes it hard. It creates more civil unrest amongst your people, which makes it harder for you to get a golden age. And then when you take down a city and then you puppet them or you annex them and you're like, do I just burn it all or do I keep them? The religion's fighting against the religion of your city, and you're like, this is so hard. This is so, but it's a good DLC. It's a good DLC. Civ 5.
Yeah.
Gods and religions. Amy, did you say one already?
No, because the problem is that I don't play enough video games for it to actually matter to me to be able to tell you like cohesively a DLC that I would approve. But I know the chat has some options in there that they're really excited about. And technically, if I'm being brutally honest, the only DLC I currently remember right now was when they added the island in Animal Crossing.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
it
There you
counts.
go.
But it
I was
does
just
not
gonna say,
deserve.
what's a
But
game?
it does.
It does count.
I'm not throwing
That
that
counts.
into being like you deserve an
Okay.
award.
I
Nintendo
was gonna
just
say,
is
You
that
heard it here,
Nintendo.
folks. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say because
Well,
Animal
and Breath of
Crossing
the-
New Horizons did have a DLC. I'm like,
Yep.
I might
It
start
did.
playing that that game again when baby number 2
And
comes.
so
'cause
did
it
Breath
was
of the
so-
Wild, but that one was just extra quests.
Oh, Master Quest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a DLC? That is a DLC.
Breath
You
of the
do pay
Wild.
for it and you buy it and it's an add-on. That was pretty good.
Mine was
Uh-huh.
included. They're just like, we'll release it later. Don't worry. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, I remember Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Court, all y'all don't understand how chat.
Tom
current
watched
chat
me
right now-
stream Breath of the Wild once.
current chat right now, I love you. But chat then, when I streamed it online for the first time, toxic. Fucking embarrassed, shit all over me. He's like, Tom, you suck at this game. You don't know what you're doing. And I was like, I don't know what I'm
No.
doing. But when I did, I beat the Master Quest. I got the fucking stupid rainbow sword. I got the motorcycle. I got it all.
The motorcycle horse? Yeah.
I got the most powerful Master Sword. I did it. I completed the game. If there was a Nintendo Platinum thing you could do, I did it because I was just like, I won't be defeated by this game. Impossible. Couldn't be me.
See, I
Spanking
had an
time.
unfortunate accident where a horse that I had, I dismounted and it was raining, and I tried to give it an apple, and the apple dropped out of my hands, and the horse went over a cliff. And my family will never let me live it down, so I
That's why
still
you do it.
haven't completed Breath of the Wild.
Hell yeah.
That's what I did.
Hell yeah.
And my horse's name was Scrumples. It's real
That's what I
sad.
did.
Apples.
Scrumples are
Next question.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Honey Bear 22. What has
Okay.
been your nerdy escape recently?
Same thing it's always been.
Trying to take over the world, Pinky.
Trying to build the most
Cardboard?
perfect deck of all time.
Cardboard. Cardboard.
I did it once with Urza. I want to do it again with Storm.
You can't catch lightning.
So I'll be honest. Tom
Catch
knows
that
this
lightning
about
in a
me,
bottle, baby.
and his way of loving me out of doing this is his shut up. And I mean this as a positive. I mean that it's like, come on, man. I have like, when I build a new deck and I'm like play testing it and I'm bringing it to a group, I get like the new deck blues where I'm like, I don't know how to build decks anymore, man. What am I doing? What am I even doing
Aw.
anymore? I used to be so good at this game, and I like
am
preemptively will text like Tom or Mark or a few of our buddies and be like, man, I need feedback on this deck. Like, I don't know, it doesn't seem to be working the way I want it to be. Or like when I play test it, like I keep running into these stalls. And I tell this to Tom the other day before a meeting, and he goes, "You need to shut up." Like,
No, I don't say
you're
that, Corey.
fine.
I say you need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm never
He goes-
nice about it.
He's
Shut
like,
the
I think
fuck
you know how to build decks, dude. Like, just get out. Like, if it's not perfect, oh boo-hoo. Like, then change it. But like, so this Storm deck, I was feeling this way about it, and we finally play it. And I wasn't gonna do this, but our buddy Mark is very scared of Storm, and he just targets her instantly as soon as she's on the battlefield.
Oh, why?
And I was
She's
like,
so pretty.
all
Let her
right,
live.
I gotta go. I'm gonna go full assault mode on this guy. And I took 7 extra combats. And I look over at Tom, and he's just like this. I mean, he was happy about it. Here's the thing: he was happy about it because that game I happened to have promised him. I happened to have promised him that if I won, he would get the playmat we were all playing for, because it was a Magneto playmat. So he was like,
okay.
okay,
I'll
but at the
support
same
it.
time,
Also supportive.
but at the
Also
same
support.
time, he was like, dude, stop. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to build my decks.
You could.
I build good decks.
You do.
Magneto will do Magneto
gives good
things.
deck,
And what does Charles
is what he
say?
says.
And I'll be here.
And I'll be here. I'm not gonna preemptively shit on my own decks anymore.
Yeah,
I'm going
Corey,
to play them.
Tom Bombadil is fucking eating acorns and singing songs. He's
But
not
he's
doing
so happy.
Yeah.
You're like, there's no win con here. It's just,
Yeah.
oh, maybe I'll swing for 4.
Yeah. No, it's good.
it.
I can build decks, guys. Positive reinforcement on my own abilities. It's fine.
Yeah, and then Corey, you say that you like how I build decks. I build the stupidest things. I'm like, I don't think this has a way to win. If anything, it has a way to kill itself.
Yeah. People like your decks though. People don't like
'Cause
my
there's-
decks as much.
Your decks, without trying, are mean.
Dom likes my decks.
Yes,
That's
'cause
my
he builds the
problem
exact
too.
same way.
Mine are I can't believe I had to watch a video to figure out that my decks and the way of my gameplay is aggressive, even though I have like a squirrel deck.
But
and
you know,
I have like a frog deck.
which is
and I'm
fine, which is
happy
totally
little
fine.
friends.
The
And then the
problem
violet.
I was running into, and this is I gotta go like therapy and figure out, untangle whatever this web is I was like thinking like, oh, I gotta make sure everyone else is having fun. I have to make sure I am in charge of everyone else's fun at the table.
No, you're not.
And no one should be. I shouldn't build
It's a
aggressive
lot
decks.
of responsibility.
But half of our pod is so aggressive with their decks, and I was like, oh, they just don't like the decks because it's.
Corey,
I'm
does
doing
it
it
make
back
you
at them.
happy?
I'm doing it
Does
back
it
at them.
make you
Yes.
happy?
Makes
Then that's
Storm
all
makes
that
me very
matters.
happy.
That's all that matters. Just like with Tom.
Tom is not one of the
That's the
aggressive
way-
players.
I'm not, but that's
No,
why
he's
I
not,
built
100%.
slivers in the not evil way. And you're like, this is only evil. Then I was like, I just
Because
play a
there's
guy.
It is.
I play a guy.
I just want to
And
be
then
a
Just
guy.
like
everyone
the
hates And I'm like, okay,
like
so
a
no one likes this deck. And I'm built like, this is a frog.
Everybody likes the frogs.
It is a
All right,
frog.
Except there,
The Get
Tom does
Frog.
have a deck where he can instant kill one person. I always tell him if he can do it to me because I do like that. Like, let it be me.
Wow.
One turn. If you can do it one turn, let it be me. I think it's so cool. Anyway, that's been my nerdy outlet: is building
If I
decks and
die,
going. You
I
know what?
die.
Other people's fun is not my responsibility.
It's not. You cannot parent the entire table.
No,
I
you
have
cannot.
2 group hug decks, and that's when I care about fun. The other
Bumble?
decks don't have to. I got rid of Bumble because she was group slug. I have Quain, who's actually group hug.
Oh, okay. Okay. I
He's
see
a
it.
man of the people.
Man of people, man of people.
Yeah.
Amy,
Anyone
Josh?
else's nerdy outlets?
Josh, do you
Escape?
have any nerdy outlets? Any escapism?
I mean, lately I've been hyper focused on Lost. Like I haven't really been doing. I haven't had time to. I've been playing a little bit of Dragon Age, but like very, very little. I've just been wanting to just fucking binge watch Lost with Bonnie. Like it's just like, and we're on the 6th season, so I'm like, okay, we're almost done. But like, that's been my thing at night. I'm in it.
Just in it. You're in it deep.
It's fun to rewatch something like this. It's just a fun rewatch, and I dig it. It's so good. But the fun thing about this show, or about this time, it's kind of like watching The Sixth Sense. You know the twist, and you're like, okay, I need to I want to notice the hints. There are some hints. Okay, oh, that could have been a hint. Oh, that was kind of a subtle hint. Why? Okay, so it's really yeah, it's fun, but it's definitely been an escape.
I like it. For me, first thing is gonna be MTG. Like I was showing the guys before the stream because for some reason I was in the green room, in Discord, and I couldn't hear everybody, but I could vaguely hear everybody. It was weird. So of course, Pinchy McStingbutt and all my cards. Just I've been in. Oh, that's cool. Let me see what I can figure out to do something like that. But really, while I've been working, I okay, so Disney has like a Imagineers behind the attraction, how it's made type of thing. And as a kid, I used to love that. Like I love the history behind it. So I completed all of those and then I went on to YouTube and I'm just like, tell me about weird random other attractions in other places and how does it work and why was it created? So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I have been deep diving into behind BTS for attractions from varying um, amusement parks across the world, as also in preparation because Epic Universe is opening next year and I cannot afford it and I will not be going. But I love seeing everything that's happening and all the makers and the creators that are working. So, yeah, that's my escapisms.
I dig it.
Not just Defunctland. I saw that. Whoever said that.
I like Defunctland.
It's very good.
My escapism right now is probably lying to everyone I know that I'm busy, but all I'm really doing is staying at home watching a lot of movies. No, I mean honestly, it's probably just like staying at home, doing something on my computer, like working on something, editing or writing or something. It's like I'm right here, and this is what I'm doing. I'm on my laptop, and then there's a movie going on right here on this screen, and like on top of watching the DC movies, I watch Challengers, and then I put on V for Vendetta, and then I just put on a bunch of movies, and I'm just like, this feels good. This feels like I'm healing myself in a way, because it's like I get to catch a lot of movies that like I didn't catch in theaters, but also if I need to really focus on something, I'll put something on that I've already watched so that I don't need to pay too much attention to. So yeah, I watched Challengers, man.
What?
The Zendaya character, she needs some. See that character in the movie, Zendaya, great performer. In the movie, she needs some therapy. That's just crazy. She's psycho.
Yeah.
But it's the toxicity of athleticism, I would say. Next question.
Yeah. Next question. You got that.
Nope. It's
And
in
Tom.
there. It's all in the bottom. T-Dog 8282. This is a good one.
I'm sorry.
Very.
I blacked out. What happened? Where are we?
It's okay.
We're here.
Welcome to the Nerd On Update, the weekly show where we talk about the stuff in the news.
You know the drill.
That was
as
very good.
always,
Thank
nerd
you.
on.
It's the third question. T-Dog 8282. This works for everybody. If you could turn one musical into an anime, what would it be?
Into an anime? I mean,
Into an anime. And you are the mangaka.
and a
I have it.
musical.
I have it.
Hit
Okay.
us, Josh.
Grease.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Because you could like
It'd be
each
fun.
season, like one season could be like what we saw in the movie, and then
God,
the
my
next season,
brain
like
is
it
so
could
dumb.
it could go further, like, and they could explore the lore of this like the
Oh,
plant
so
and like
you're thinking longevity. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I see you.
yeah.
And here I was like, we're just gonna go limited. We're just gonna get a little bitty baby, and then it's
Josh,
gonna
in
roll
my
out.
head, I was like, that's a very funny joke Josh just made, because in my head, the question was, what musical could be turned into a movie? And I was like, that's a very funny joke that Josh just made, because Little Shop of Horrors is a very famous movie. And I was like,
Frank
Josh
Oz is
is
proud of
really
you.
so quick on top of them jokes tonight, but I'm an idiot.
Not to say Josh isn't funny, but
I
this
wrote about
time,
it in my
I'm an
diary.
idiot.
Josh made a very funny joke today. God damn it. So a
Lapis has a
musical
good
into an
one.
anime, not a musical into a movie. Yes. That,
Animu.
I like that, Josh. I like that idea.
It's a good one.
God
Lapis
bless.
has a really good one in the chat too.
God
If
bless him.
anybody's
Ride the
got the chat
Cyclone
open.
anime? I don't know what that is.
Musical. It's a musical.
No. I'm not a music man. I studied
Music Man would
film.
be so funny.
It was also October 3rd. What's also October 3rd? That's
What
my
is an
birthday.
October 3rd? Remember
What are you gonna
October 3rd?
Mean Girls?
Oh yeah.
Full
what
Metal
about it?
Alchemist?
And there you go.
But that's an anime. It's not a musical.
And that's T-Dog's joke.
Was it also October 3rd?
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Reading. We can do that.
Oh my
We
god,
got
that
there.
plane! Did you
We're
see it
adults
go
here.
over my head?
Just naming. Yeah, Tom's got it. Musicals that are movies. Yeah.
For me, and this is it already is a movie, but it's a musical. And it's my favorite one, and it's one we already done. It's Goofy Movie. Because
Oh.
and you could and if you did it as an anime, I would make it a little older. No, I mean technically the proper thing to do is to keep them as high schoolers so we can like make what's her fucking face? Who's
Roxanne.
the cute Roxanne super fan servicey, but I'm like, no, just make her a college girl because at least she'd be like an adult. But I would like, yeah, it's just like, but then like have Pete like be jacked and have like Goofy like.
Well,
he's,
you
like,
do have like what is an extremely goofy movie too that comes after that.
yeah,
Opportunities to build it out when they do go to college.
mm-hmm. And then like the part where like I forget what's Pete's son name, that's Max's friend.
PJ.
PJ,
Pete Jr.
when he starts dating the really cool
Pete Jr.
jazzy
Beatnik.
girl,
The beatnik.
and she's like, and then the dude with the cheese pizza or cheese entire cheese, he's like, why do we wear gloves? And then but instead they say, why do we always announce our attacks? And it's like, that's the anime shit. Whoa, shit.
Guys, I'm gonna do a really left field one, but I really think it could work as like a. Think of the aesthetics of like not Full Metal. Think of the aesthetics of like Trigun and stuff like that.
Okay.
No. Like Trigun art, but it's
Trigun.
Priscilla, Queen of the Desert,
Oh.
as an anime though, as like a desert anime, like slice of lifey, but movie musical. It would be so good. It would be so good.
I'm putting my
Do
head
we get
down
Guy
because
Pearce back?
yes.
Do we get Guy Pearce back? Like I need.
And we get all of it. We get Hugo Weaving. We get Guy Pearce. Yes.
Yeah.
Get the original cast, but like that as an
Need it.
anime.
I need it. Hey, the chat agrees with me. Yay, Lapis and I.
Think about when they're driving the Priscilla for the first time. Anyway,
I don't care
that's
if
my
the sun
answer.
don't shine. That's I can't top that. Like
Someone left the cake out in the rain.
my brain for some reason went to a funny thing happened all the way to the forum. Would be just so
That's
kind
a
of
musical.
That sounds like an
So
anime
long.
title. Just
it really does, doesn't it?
That one time I got reincarnated as a slime on the way to the forum.
Right?
yeah.
That would be fun to kind of see. It's a little also would be fan servicey, just kind of the way it's designed, especially since there is a brothel. So you'll get all of that in there that could help support that. But lots of comedy beats and everything else. So that's probably my pick. But if we're going the opposite direction, hey Tom, you know they made a Death Note musical, right?
But why no Pokemon musical? That's the real question.
Cats the
I don't know.
anime.
Because Pokemon
Into the
can't
Woods the anime
sustain
that could work.
anything.
Into the
Anything
Woods,
with
if they
Jigglypuff?
made it a horror, if they made it more horror as an anime, would be so much
The
fun.
Clefairy dance?
Yeah, but those don't really make for bangers in
What
like
are
the
you talking
musical
about?
world.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, you open it up with the theme, bangers. Bangers.
Alright.
And then you end up with You're My Best Friend. It's Gigi. I had the Pokemon CD to be a master. Bangers, only bangers.
I believe it.
They forgot to put in all the duds. They only left bangers in.
Is that it? I think that's the show, right?
Yeah.
We all got it.
I want to say Rocky Horror could also make a good anime.
Yeah, that would be a great
Oh,
one.
That was another thing I watched. I put on. Well, Perks of Being a Wallflower. I put that on the background. I was like, I was watching so much thing.
It's a good one.
Not a good.
Yeah, that is the show.
That is the show.
Hold on.
show?
I do want to say before we leave, chat, this is your chance to recommend someone we could raid over to. There was a question that Mamba put in that is, I think, a really good question that we could actually make into a podcast episode, a full podcast. And the question was, what is your favorite song? Once it's selected, turn it into a movie with the beginning, middle, and end, and have a cast.
Oh, can we do an episode?
I was like, that's an episode.
That's an
right
episode.
there.
That
That's
is a
whole
full
What was the
episode.
question? Someone in the green room was like, I think I know the answer to the question for someone. Was it that question? They knew my answer to something. Someone that was it Brad that said that?
I don't know.
You know,
Anyway,
say.
we'll figure it out. Before we go, we have some things coming out. We have a new episode of Cardboard Champs coming out tomorrow. Please check that out. For those of you in the Patreon, help us out. It's out, early access. If you follow the link to the YouTube, give us a little thumbs up, a little comment. Helps us out big time on the YouTubes when it releases tomorrow. But looking forward to that. It was a fun one.
Yeah.
It was actually this next episode was Tom's idea, and I'm very excited about it. It's
We
pre-con.
did it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, the switcheroo.
Pre-con brawl.
Oh yeah, check that out.
Ooh.
Who you got? Oh, am I rating over to you, Brad? Are you on? Are you on right now? Let me see. Bad reprint. Nope.
Well,
Oh, you're
Come with
little
your
luxury.
suggestions.
It is Strauss chocolate milk.
Ooh.
Just so we are streaming over to YouTube. We're checking it out. So if that is a preferred platform, go over there too. We'd love some love over there. Our YouTube has been growing, so we love to see peeps over there. I sanded my arm with an orbital sander. It's not a great thing to experience.
I've told you once. I've told you 1,000 times, Josh.
Don't
Don't
sand your
grind your arm with this orbital sander.
Yeah, it's intense. Anyway,
Come on, man.
check out our website, nerdon.tv. Check out our YouTube. Check out our Twitch. Check out our podcast on all the major platforms because we are starting to post new episodes, which is good. And also, we're starting to percolate some ideas and starting to start making some new stuff. So fun to be had.
Thank you everyone for swinging around, being on tonight's show, sticking with us with the many changes of our update dates, and being part of our Discord. T-Dog, Lapis, Battery Print, Mamba.
T-Dog, for every comment I leave on a podcast, Tom has to do one day of Pikmin 2. There was a deal you made with him about the YouTube comments, I think. Every comment.
Yeah, but it was for Dead by Daylight.
Oh.
More games of Dead by Daylight. Keep the questions coming. We'll keep making the stuff. If you want to consider joining the Patreon, a little as $1 a month keeps the light on. It helps us do things.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and raid some rando. I'm going to raid some rando.
Do it.
We
Do it.
The
we like
lottery. Let's
randos.
do it. Well, I'm gonna go to our end screen because that's usually more. That's more better for the rating. So, everybody, thank you. Just take care of yourselves this week.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. That is it. Stay tuned for the raid. It's gonna pop up any moment. But you know the drill. As always.
Nerd on.
Nerd on.
Nerd on.